Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing some previews from IDW Publishing. I'm going to be talking about four upcoming series. We were able to read three of them. So IDW, our friends over there, sent us three different issues to read. These are upcoming series that are I'm very excited about. They're very excited about. So let's talk about them. And then I found one more. They haven't sent us an advanced copy or anything to read, but it's in the world of TMNT, and I'm very excited because of the creative team. So I'll talk about that last. These all will be non-spoilers. I don't want to spoil anything, and IDW, of course, doesn't want anybody else to spoil anything. But I will give you some initial thoughts and how I felt. Just a quick reaction to these, but I also give you a bunch of information on these new series. So, first, we will start with Star Trek Red Shirts. This is coming to shops on July from Eisner nominated Christopher Kenwell and Megan Levins. They bring a 5-issue series. Really, this is obviously, if you're a Star Trek fan, you know the red shirts are the people that normally die. Those are the crew members that go out and die in those episodes. Star Trek Red Shirts is in honor of the nameless, vaporized, incinerated, and otherwise blown apart, where they're the main characters of a Star Trek suicide mission unlike any other. We will get to know these ensigns and lieutenants intimately before they are likewise crushed, disrupted, or sucked into space. But who will survive? Will any of them? What is the true nature of their planetside mission to hunt down the mysterious spies? This is going to be very interesting. I've read from the team that it's kind of a dream project to work on this, and I think that this is really a fun way to explore some of the lore of Star Trek. I think IDW has been doing some really fun stuff when it comes to Star Trek. And although I don't read everything because I mean, first of all, there's a lot of comics, but also I like these type of series that are limited, that have a very distinct corner of the universe. Right, there's a very low barrier of entry, and that's what I really enjoyed about this first issue. So this issue goes on sale on July 16th, but you can pre-order up until June 5. And then there will be 5 Federation recruitment covers as well for this, which are very, very cool. You'll see some of that stuff as the video's kind of going on. I will definitely edit some art and previews and covers. Um, but yeah, I had a really good time with this one. It's a pretty, I think what really elevates this for me is Levin's art. I think the story is very solid, and I really love what Christopher Campbell is doing. But in the first issue, where we're just getting to meet everyone, like what really drew me in was the art and how gnarly things can get in space. Right? Usually think of Star Trek as like this more polished type of show, but it's fun to see the underbelly of some of that stuff. So, Star Trek Red Shirts, highly, highly recommended. Once again, on sale July 16th, but you can pre-order at your comic shop up until June 9th. And pre-orders are very important for books, so highly, highly recommend you go check that out. Now, pivoting to a different franchise altogether, there is a new Godzilla series coming out. This is written by Tim Seeley with art by Nicolas Sismeja. This is on sale on July 23rd. That's the weekend, or the week of San Diego Comic Con. And you have until June 9th to pre order. So let me give you a quick synopsis, and then I'll give you some more thoughts on this. In 1954, experimentation with a mysterious energy source known as the Kaisei awakened Godzilla and a host of immortal kaiju. In the years that follow, humanity has pummeled by near constant monster attacks, while Japan has begun to treat the kaiju like natural disasters. Understanding that their attempts to fight Godzilla only make the threat worse, the American G Force is going to fight, fight, fight. The Americans have just discovered the ultimate tool in the fight against kaiju, a young boy named Jason with the power of Godzilla, able to harness the mysterious Kaise in the same vein as the king of the monsters. This boy will either save the world or bring about its doom. So, very exciting stuff. Let me tell you why I really enjoy this one. First of all, the art is amazing. It's a very cool stylized. If you're familiar with Nicholas' style, very stylized, very dynamic. You'll be seeing some of the preview art as well, including the design of the new Godzilla for this. This is also the first Godzilla series in over a decade. And then, of course, this launch is connected to a new universe. We won't get too much into that, but just know that there's very big plans for Godzilla. And of course, a really wild take on this franchise, right? New design, new characters, new powers. Um, so even though the story may feel familiar at the beginning, which from the synopsis you can kind of read like, oh, this feels a little bit like what Pacific Rim and those monsters, the kaiju that were coming out, and the forces that came up together. But then there's the big twist on this, right? So yeah, really good stuff. I think Tim Seeley does such a good job, really setting up this world, building it from the ground up. No pun intended, I guess, for Godzilla attacks. But if you're a fan of Godzilla, I think you'll enjoy this. So another great franchise coming back into the fold. Now, this next book, this is not a franchise, but it is a continuation of one of my favorite books from 2023, 2024. It was even included in my best of list of last year. The collection was. This is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, number one. This is on sale on July 9th with a pre-order deadline of June 2nd. So you have a few weeks still from this video. This is writing an art by Patrick Horvath with it's a limited series of 6 issues. In this book, return to the seemingly idealistic suburban town of Woodbrook as Samantha, the bloodlusting brown bear, got away with her crimes and is now the town's one and only serial killer. But times have changed, and Samantha will soon discover there are no secrets in the age of the internet, and those who lost loved ones to her dark temptations are still searching for justice. Plus, Samantha's sinister origin story is finally revealed in the sequel as she revisits what happened after her very first kill. Um, if you read the first book, you know that you wanted more of this story. You wanted more of this world. It's this really fun juxtaposition of Patrick Horvath's really fairy tale like almost characters, right? With the grim lives of what's going on in this book. It's a great combination. I love the mystery of this. I love the way that Horvath approached this, and also the fact that it is a single creator doing all this. Very interesting stuff. I really have enjoyed the first one. I highly recommend. You have plenty of time to go read the first book before this comes out on July 9th. So make sure to go check it out. We also have some homage variant covers. There's one that it's like an American Psycho homage. So like all these kind of cool covers. I think IDW is doing something. They know they have something great here, and they want to make sure that they push it to the forefront. So highly recommend you go get this. Pre-order at your shop. And then the last book I want to talk about, and this is a book I have not read. We did not get a preview for this just yet, but I'm still very excited about it. And I also like talking about 4 books instead of 3. Feels like a better round number to me for a video. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder number 1. This is written by Dan Waters with art by Michelle Bandini, colors by Marco Lesco. Very excited about this because, first of all, the Shredder is a very cool character. Dan Waters is a fantastic writer. Like Waters is more known for the horror type of feel in the stories. So I think putting him on a book like Shredder really makes sense. Let me give you a quick synopsis for this. And as I mentioned, I have not read this. This is just all from the previews that are put out through solicits. Prepare for the rags to revenge story of the ultimate Ronin. Return forever changed by a maddening ordeal beyond imagining, betrayed by all around him, and no longer with the Foot Clan. Shredder will quest deep into New York's criminal underworld as a former protege has formed their own rival clan with sinister plans for the city. In his deadly mission for vengeance, enemies both old and new will brutally discover what defiance will bring them at the end of the Shredder's blades. Yeah, very excited for this. There's already a lot of really cool covers. I think the Shredder lends itself to very cool art. Michael Bandini, although I haven't seen any previews for this specific book, I have read some of other Bandini's work, and it's just very cool. It really fits the tone of what I feel this character, this Lost Ronin, should kind of feel like. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Dan Waters, very good at writing these darker themes, and then visiting the underworld of New York in this whole brand new universe of TMNT. I think is going to be very cool. So I'm excited for this. This should be in stores August 13. I don't know exactly when the final order cutoff is for this. But yeah, like I said, I still wanted to bring it. It's probably around July, based on the release date. So make sure you go talk to your shop and make sure you go pre-order all these books. Um, Big shout out to IDW for sending us some of these books in advance. I love the partnership that we have, and I love that we are getting so many cool books. So make sure to check out Star Trek Red Shirts on July 16th, Godzilla, the new Godzilla on July 23rd. We also have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rites of Spring on July 9th. And then, of course, last but not least, TMNT Shredded #1 on August 13th of 2025. So go check out these books. Go pre-order them. As I mentioned, pre-orders, is the lifeblood of new series. So make sure to go check those out. Let me know which books you're excited for in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Remember, we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.